Guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're okay. In today's class I will teach you about the future conditionals, questions with time clauses and conditional clauses. Okay, so let's go over the future conditionals. Future conditional sentences describe possible situations in the future. The emphasis here is that they are possible situations. Let's see how this works. If I pass all my exams, I will go to college. If Dave learns to read and write Spanish well, will he get a job in Spain? Now, notice that the only change here is the if word. Instead of having a time word as in the future time clauses, in the future conditional clauses we have the word if. That's the only difference. Now, let's take a look at the grammatical structure. In the future conditional statements, we have two clauses again. The first clause is the future condition, and we have the main event as the main clause. Okay, let's take a look at the structure. If you notice, again, we have the word if. And later, we have a subject, a simple present verb, and a complement. If he passes his exams, he will go to college. Now, as in the future time clauses, we can also move here the order of the clauses. We can move the main clause to the beginning and the future condition clause to the end. Remember as well that whenever the future condition is at the beginning, we use a comma. In here, we are not going to use a comma, and I will show you that in a moment. He will go to college if he passes his exams. Okay, so again, the only difference within the future conditional sentences and the future time sentences is that instead of having a word time, we have an if. Okay, so let's see the uses of this tense. But first, let's take a look at the questions. How do we create questions? Well, we continue in the future condition. In the future condition clause, we're going to keep the same pattern. If she learns Spanish, now to make it a question, we basically move the will to the beginning. Will she get a job in Spain? Basically, we have moved the auxiliary will to the beginning. Now, again, we can move the order of the clauses. We can move the main clause to the beginning and the future condition or future time clause to the end. But also, we can use other time words, okay? Now, let's see how this works in the other way. Will she get a job in Spain if she learns Spanish? So basically, that's how we create questions with future condition or future time clauses. Now, how do we create information questions? Basically, we are going to keep the same if clause if you finish this class, but this time we are going to add a WH word in the main clause. For example, what will you do? If you see, the only difference is that we had add a WH word. In this case, what? If you finish this class, what will you do? Again, we can move the main clause to the beginning and the future condition clause to the end. And this will go. Also, of course, we can use other time words. Now, what will you do if you finish this class? Okay, easy as that. Remember that we can continue using other time words, after or when. Now, remember that if you use if, we're talking about a condition. If you are using a time word, we're talking basically about the time in which an event is happening. Now, let's see the uses. Use if to refer to a situation that is possible in the future, but we cannot be certain about. For example, if he finishes the program, he will get a job. We don't know if he will finish the program. Now, use when to refer to a situation at a point in the future that is expected or likely to happen. When he finishes the program, he will get a job. We expect him to finish the program. Use a main verb in the simple present in the conditional clause. For example, if she gets a better job, she will be very happy. We are not going to say if she will get a better job, she will be very happy. Remember that in the time clause or in the future conditional clause, we're going to use the simple present. That's why we have that verb there. Use a comma in writing when the conditional clause comes first. If she arrives late, she will miss the lecture. When they finish their work, they will leave. As you see, we have a comma there. And I have another comma here. So whenever you have the conditional clause first, you write a comma, okay? Do not forget that. Now, this is basically the conditional clauses and the future time clauses review. I hope you understood. If you have any other question, you know that you can reach out and I'll be more than glad to help you. Bye-bye.